Maybe Sky comes back. You know, I was hoping that the patch would be a bit bigger, but Sky's not coming back.
Swing around here for the side of
Oof.
taken out. Mako.
That's pretty free. They get the read that that's a pretty far push out on B, so they rush into sight.
That keeps BLG's interest with this 3-stack.
Yeah. And Levius is playing this as smart as possible. He's going to back out until his team gets here, but they'll need to try to find a pick. But on-site would have been a terrible position. So, ooh, they heard that. His teammates need to clear this out. They need to get this 4v4.
Picked apart, so
the thing is Billy has no idea about Bane.
Similarly at 10 HP. He has somewhat easy target.
Oh, no one got baited. No one took the bait on the jump peek. And Billy just walk into their demise.
In front of the home crowd. Okay, he will just put him down nice and easy. You can tell that he was thinking about it, but
drinking game, take a shot every time Estrella doesn't use code. Check.
Money.
And for the longest time, I was like, why are they calling it hyper? Because it would just go to the word hyper in my brain because it's an English word. And I was like, I don't know. I guess why would it be called hyper though? It's a slow comp. And then I realized it's like, oh, because Harbor and Viper. Oh.
I think it's one of them. Yeah.
A little all over the place.
That's all right. They're feeling confident that they can shoot their opponents. That's the nature of this game. So. Do that. All good.
Yeah, Koreans love shorthand for everything. It should be a pretty clean round. They could even go A, quite frankly. Like, Bane has so much info on A. I think that might be what they're thinking. Yeah, the spike's already going there. So now you know that you've drawn enough attention because there's no reaction coming out from A. Bane starts to go in much earlier anyway because he only has the ghost. Easy peasy round. The Vibor comp. Varber comp. In English, it's probably hyper doesn't work as well because in Korean, you write out the syllables in Korean in the Korean language. So Harbor is ha po. So it's ha and then Viper is pa ipo, like pa ipo. So iper is like separate syllables in Korean. So ha ipo as hyper just makes a lot more sense when you're shorthanding in Korean, but in English it doesn't. It's not as easily connected, I think.
Okay, well, I've also got to rotate around.
Yeah, he's going to run a bit of a marathon. Extra ulti point for Bane. See if anyone else is going to grab some.
Too bad I'm not listening. Wow. Wow. I'm giving you knowledge out here, chat. Convince me. Convince me to like another team.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Chat, convince me to root for some other team. You give me some good reasons, make sure my heart's in it. I'll root for him. I'm not set on my ways.
So now don't have to worry about the lurk, and because they kill the Killjoy, they say, okay, well this is probably going to be B, so they immediately pivot 4 players into position here to try to intercept.
Dude, okay, at least they got the trade. And then Mako's up front too. Ever since Mako like started IGLing last year, now it's obviously Estrella. I'm now seeing why he'll say things like I prefer attack, I prefer playing aggressive, because I used to just think like you're just a great like you're really good at anchoring. Like what do you mean you like to play aggressive? Obviously he used to be a duelist, but
comes out here on the mag. Spike now starting to be diffused. He's going to be able to hold for this.
It's broken. Depends on the content. Some things I default to English, some things I default to Korean.
From Billy. But you know the Bane is going to think the better of it when he hears the drone and he only has an outlaw.
Okay, Billy starting to take their own space. We got a game.
Working a treat, they find the catch now. Mako.
Do they know about Mako? Surely, if you've done the VOD review, you know the lurks are going to happen. Ooh, they're clearing.
Down there. Levius similarly finding it, freeing a little bit whiffy on the spray. Finally does manage to find one, but K9 trades it back, and now once again,
use the cove again. I mean, the site was relatively empty, but like, we could just use the cove. What are you going to use it for in the post plant, my guy?
Yeah, and DRX now seeing a little bit more resistance on this.
It's actually a good idea. It's just super greedy.
not
It's
gonna
just
pull in the barrel.
very greedy.
It's quite a while ago.
People don't forget.
EWC is crazy Virtus Pro just signed a Korean Tekken player.
4-1 from
I
DRX,
mean,
very
they
easy.
know where they're gonna get their money's worth. Though this happened last year too. Though all the 1v1 games, like Oryx just started
It's getting slowed up. Everybody
just gathering them all just for like the month,
set up here on
which was kind of
A.
messed up. But
Dash
you know,
and
low.
fires from YZ.
It's low maintenance cost because you don't need like a team house. You don't need a boot camp.
Position, Bane riding across, gets himself to the top of 410. Salvo's now coming through to try to flush them out into the open. Mako striking up in mid, able to find one, but now the return fire comes in and BLG start hitting their shots. Mako taken down. Estrella going to be dead, spiked on the floor. As it's now
All right,
on
so not this next round, but the round after that is where we will see if DRX have improved their ice spike. But we also don't know 100% what GE looks like, so we'll see. I do think GE, like, but I would say this. Like, I don't want Nongshim to underestimate GE because it's a big question mark, but the reported roster has a lot of potential.
very good. I'd say even in the loss to Paper Rex.
Not to, like, win the stage, realistically speaking, but to take some good games.
With the Yoru getting like 4
Yes,
ults in one
yeah,
half.
4 ults and a half. Well, Mako, shots a bit off there. Not quite able to align.
Hey, so you know the flank's coming. DRX, what's the choice?
Just come through.
You got the stingers. At least they're buying stingers.
Very clustered
But
together
they
here.
can't make up their mind. Are you going to push out or not? Obviously, screens is kind of tough to push out with stingers, but
They are just getting absolutely shredded.
oh, that's rough.
Behind the wall, and that's a flawless here as BLG will expound upon their lead, now up 4-2.
Do you play HSR in Korean or English? Early salvos, and you're checking belt. Okay,
What Kevin was anticipating.
so that's all
Yeah, at
clear.
least dodges it, so no damage onto the shields.
Turret is denied while they hold the angle. They spray and then they leave. Mako heard all that.
Droning in towards the A side though, another situation where BLG are disconnecting from the site.
Mako's going to go for a late lurk.
Yep, Reckoning gonna
Through
be
mid.
Wisely now gonna be forced away as the sun connects. So some space opened up.
They
here
got
for the player to come in, but it's
Armageddon.
gonna come through here, and he's sticking it here.
Ooh.
Rides the rope, dodges a second burst.
Bails out of there. Woo.
Get away. Boldly played there from Estrella. Now
Knockdown.
the lockdown's going to be committed to it. Suspect that the Armageddon's going to
Yep.
come through on the back end of this one, and it absolutely is. As the players spread here for the moment, Ken been able to find YZ. Disconnected from the rest of the team at Levius and
Blood's
Russia.
good.
Able to find 2.
Oh, Mako's been heard.
Yeah, as you say, Mako.
The wraparound.
Hair off is
Neff,
answering
can he get the
Reckoning now gonna
double?
be invested.
Oh,
Sends the fight,
the
keeps
Reckoning
stun,
as
and Neff strikes
well.
From behind. Finds the kill, knows the position of Bane, but is unable to win out that fight.
Bane?
Bane,
Oh.
however,
So,
oh, okay.
just
that's
got
gonna
wrecked.
be potentially something that they very much come to regret here, depending on how the
rest of this plays out. But DRX losing their tail here off the rip. It's a nice push forward from K-Knight trying to cycle up to that next Hunter's Fury.
It's going to force out some ideas from DRX now to try and bring something back in towards this round. Why is he not spotted up on the pipes just yet too? Meanwhile, the rest of his
I don't really have anyone to check it other than Mako.
out.
No Teo is rough.
Players here from BLG. Stacking the right side of this. If DRX can get in.
Yeah, the casters are in Shanghai, but not on site. They'll be on site for the grand finals. Ooh.
Clutch up a bit. You can hear the crowd right there.
The A side
Yeah.
is open for the taking.
Yeah, crowd's doing some work now.
Bane, you got a pit, you got one molly.
But you also, if you pass the spike over, you will have a lockdown as well for Bane.
Yep.
So could have that ready to be invested. It seems like BLG.
all right, are they going to go for the flank? Neff is still just chilling. I don't like what BLG's like. You got one just exploring and then one holding. At that point, if it's a 2v2, you should really just stick together one way or the other.
Curious that they didn't give this to Bane.
I mean, if there's a member of BLG here, Marco's low, loses the door.
Hello, Azam Azkaban.
Irrespective, multi-prong retake now for BLG.
Be fighting on 2 fronts, but sliding here into the corner.
Oh, yep, that. Dude, Bane wasn't even watching that angle either.
Gonna be on the close
Neff
angle.
could have had something for free.
Comes away with an easy enough kill. That leaves Levius now. And they try to fight
You gotta
him.
draw out.
Time is just not
Oh, there's no
really
snake
going to
bite?
be there. Taps the spike, checks around the back, nothing going to be spotted.
No
It's gonna make it a little bit
time.
more costly. And in the end, does get taken down. Bane will survive. DRX now look wide over towards Belt here and Shot goes out, so now they know that the AWP is in play. Both jets just eating a tiny bit of damage.
Yeah, how do you adjust accordingly here as well? Good little
Ooh,
reveal on a
that didn't get broken?
The only member.
This doesn't matter. You already had the harbor wall out anyway.
Neff is just jump spotting towards B. Haven't really seen too much of a contest from him over there.
Yeah, most tournaments you generally, unless they openly have said that anybody can do it, generally you need watch party rights. I don't know if this is technically open because I haven't seen that announcement, and to me they just told me like, okay, here you go. Like, this is what you need to do. It's like the hashtags, etc., and then gave me the clean feed if I need it. But
I'm not sure how it didn't see him.
positions aren't bad this time around. They're watching for the flank too. Whoa, Mako, we're gonna go for the flank now? You're a little late for that. Well, I guess you have salvos.
A pit now set up here, but
He's running.
salvos to try to contend with. Mako on the flank.
Salvos early just to make sure.
Set up, they're looking, checking, trying to
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice spray.
There as well. Finds Levius, and now the time. It's been bought.
Damn. I mean, they all got taken out, but
and that's going to be DRX reestablishing a lead for themselves.
mostly worth it.
Spray on
What if DRX
on both sides?
timing? Oh, does it? Wow. Australia's just gonna spray him down.
The aggro attempt
Knife
here
battle.
from BLG,
Anime knife battle.
Third reckoning in.
Yep.
Oh,
And, okay, well, they get a little bit dicey here between
dude,
the
why
Jets,
is he
but
outplayed him
it's gonna be a straight up
so
third reckoning,
hard?
third kill for him in the
But it doesn't
round.
matter because DRX
Taken
is an
down.
actual team.
And Neff Wiley just going to have to play back and save. They invested so
Ooh,
much money into
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Seeing great ultimate usage from Australia, hoping that Riot maybe don't see this and nerf him. Because anytime we see a lot of ultimates be gathered from an agent time and time again, well, they change.
Can you ask the Korean government to stop taking people away for the army? People are losing here.
Yoru.
Right now, I mean, he's taking
as a alien in Korea, right? As a foreigner, technically speaking, I don't think I have any sway over the Korean government.
Who knows, maybe they'll start popping up on some other maps.
I don't know about that one yet.
And no, that's a
Still
separate thing,
waiting to
Nami.
see what the,
This is not the qualifier to
maybe
EWC.
buff is eventually going to be for Harbor.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Like, if you already pushed the site and it was clear, then I think like saving the cove is greedy, but I get it. Like, I'm down with that. The thing is on A site, I think it's a bit more forgivable because if you like cleared up to here, if you're planting here, you don't really need the cove, right? There's no way to get spammed through that. But on B, you can get spammed. You can get spammed through the smoke. You can actually technically get spammed through the wall on Nest. You could get, depending on the angle, you could get it unlucky and spammed from Snowman. Like, there, you definitely go down is big. It's a big start for Billy Billy.
See him maybe just play a bit more disconnected here, but he's got a drone up over the top. At the same time, Mako breaking through, finds Levius over it too. But having the jump on him.
Okay, fast fill from Billy Billy.
Comes up with another ping reveal onto two. Mako.
So if they're leaving, you gotta suspect a lurk. He's looking for it. Neff's looking for it, and Mako is just ahead of it. Good chase from Billy Billy though.
At the A site. Now you play his numbers as BLG. Consider the investment of the Hunter's Fury as well.
Dude, Mako is doing everything. Clears B site, clears out the anchor, and now he's trying to cut off the rotation.
Attention towards this attacker's side. Peeking and spotting out.
Goes for a pre-fire.
Players, so decent.
Ooh.
Oh, decent info for him, and the Hunter's Fury comes through here from K-Knight.
Oh my gosh, Hillman's is such a dangerous spot.
Footsteps now.
Does the harbor check behind him? It doesn't matter. He's gonna get one kill. The smoke went too far.
4K. Mako now needing to clutch. Otherwise, K-Knight potentially on for an ace here.
Is that planted? Okay.
The spray. Not quite finding the damage there. Has to break the cove. Buy some time. It has to go for the reload. Now down to 29. Ball still there. He kills the diffuser.
Oh.
He might just win the round.
It's half.
No, it's already halved.
Okay.
Okay.
Just narrowly able to make it happen.
See how that begins over at the A site, which is actually the weaker side now for BLG. Stacking more of their numbers over towards B.
Billy Billy thinks that it might be some movement on B first. Would have loved to see them just push out stronger as 2 to clear it 100%. That would make this round so much easier to call for them.
Double face. Nearly coming in
But they just don't want to take the risk. They want to play it safe.
Gonna go ahead and force him back. And
Okay, you're all grouped here, and you know this dude was here. You know Mako was here. Surely you do something to route him out.
At the
I
moment.
mean, Mako, they could spray out of this
Oh
position, but
my, 4
plays like
HP.
4 HP in a dream.
Does he pre-fire?
Finds the
Oh
kill
my
over
gosh,
it.
that
There was a
actually...
wall.
Would execute him there. Either way, he's able to get away from it. As Reckoning now going
That
to be
might-
invested here from the defending
Oh my
side.
gosh.
BLG wanting to get the retake before the spike can even get planted. Swing onto the corner. Estrella caught off guard. Gets taken down. Bane will find Levius so far.
There's two.
The wraparound, it's coming. I don't think Billy's thinking about it.
Right for the side of DRX. Mako just now getting ready to arrive. 4 HP. Can this backstab find the value that is necessary?
That's
The answer
one.
is yes. Wisey ends up getting taken down. Risha now.
Ooh.
Position a bit forced. The shorty draw out. Able to
Oh,
find
okay.
it. Neff
Neff
arrives
gets there in
right when
time.
He needs to. 6-6, tied up.
Serious.
Very true. Unmin on a peak, spotting out 2 players. Has the dash at the ready. A minor shot there.
And then gets so much value. He is getting so much info.
Gets traded back here as Neff with that sheriff. There's in quite a bit of damage.
BLG, they don't have a choice. They're just going to push in. They haven't been watching their flank.
Find it, but Neff gets himself a second.
I mean, they make it a 2v2. Lower health, though. Ooh, look at that. An ability to keep you safe during the spike plant. Very cool idea.
Cove on the corner. You've got Mako on the approach, swinging in from behind. Right now, not much greens is being paid to this angle.
Spotting out Bane.
Bane, he's been spotting out.
They're going to play S2. Billy. They're not going for 1v1s. You like that?
Ready for the jump. He absolutely is. Brings it to a 1v1.
It allows things
Right
like
of the rope.
that. A nice
Pusha
little
goes to the
trade.
top and instantaneously
What?
finds Bane.
See how it goes this round first.
They're actually able to utilize those to get any damage in. Reveal onto 1 here. This young man, top of pipes, is going to get spotted out.
And this is going to be one of the differences for me as well, right? Comparing the Sova towards the Teo on attack.
Oh, just
Knight doesn't get taken down, but
yeah. I was about to say. I mean, you're lucky you only lost 2. You could have lost all 3 there.
Sheriff still in
Okay.
hand for Bane.
Swap the sheriff. You still got double sheriff.
We'll look for a little bit more damage. Neff at the same time, though, clearing out some space.
But it's not looking likely.
Oh, what can you do with the Marshal?
Does
here, though? A lot
DRX
of
struggle on Icebox? Well, in the past, no. Recently, yes.
Look for plant. Look to close the round convincingly.
Mako here on the corner. Look for that swing
I do
timing.
think, yeah, currently it's the calling that is a little bit lacking on Icebox specifically.
Otherwise, it stays alive,
I
and
think
now
the other maps the calling's okay,
to
but
assist. Push out of the smoke. Bane quickly
I
gets
think it's
taken
not
down
great
there
in the
as
current iteration.
clean up.
He was in kickoff,
Playing his territory.
but they experimented both ways, and they've said that Estrella was IGLing since the middle of stage 1.
There, you're just trying to build on the.
But I agree. I agree with whoever was saying that Estrella's calling style is generally on the slower end, which is fine. Like Crazy Guy's calling is generally on the slower end, and you see that pop up a little bit now and then for RQ as well. But you work around that, right? You still have other things in place where you can work with that to your advantage. But Icebox is not a map where that works very well.
The first how do you do over at this A site, and unless you're getting over it from pipes or the rope.
Is it Hyunmin or Hyunmin? Hyunmin.
Ways to try to dodge it out, but
Is
right
it's just
there.
a in Korean it is literally
Sniping him out of the
Hyunmin.
sky. Now needs to make his quick exit as Salvos come in to try to
It's just his
blow
name.
things up here on the approach. Shots just a hair off, connecting there onto K9. Bane scaling forward, gets himself slotted in along this left-hand side of the site.
Bane's kind of on his own. Okay, teammates are here again.
Mako still on a flank.
It's one. Where's the trade? Oh no, Wisey gets out.
Does manage to take down 2 before getting
Okay, there
dropped.
you go.
Clean up
It should be fine.
for the side of DRX.
3v1?
Wisey now has to do it all. Comes away with a
Okay.
kill.
Oof.
Make it happen. Would have been an ace clutch. It will be DRX though. Denied.
On average, China is still the weakest region. It's just they've been getting better, and the top teams obviously have impact. But
He's got to reposition now. Poison
I mean, generally speaking, they're still quite far away
Late there is K-Knight to try to find
the weakest region.
punish. Now very much held at bay. Our BLG.
Straight 1 away from Reckoning, by the way. Same as Russia.
Yeah, both of them.
Billy's just got to barrel through. This comes down to Mako.
Try to lead the charge here.
Oh,
Mako
Oh, well, okay, that.
finding that kill. Uncharacteristic for sure. Just take it down. Estrella does manage to find one. Reckoning immediately use the nanostorm as well. Popped on the corner to try to interrupt the plant, and it has. The swing out. And Estrella finding K-Knight. Hyunmin now arriving. Levius dead. That is going to be the clean out as DRX tie things up 8-8.
This is for Toronto, right? They get to go to Toronto if they win. And the answer is they can go to Toronto. I just can't promise you what they'll be doing in Toronto. But you could go to Toronto if you win this.
He is just getting pretty entrenched over there. It's going to be a commitment here on the Reckoning. And Wisey getting the reset there. Catching Hyunmin in the head with that last little blade. Levius now pushing
well,
forward.
let me tell you what. Billy
Billy
I think understands the map better than DRX. That's for sure.
Trying to fight back, trying to keep them in this round, and so far is able to do so as he comes up with 3.
They lose it, but at least they're just running it down with Stingers on A on an eco. Like, I'm fine with that.
Tube completely separated away from this spike.
Just a matter of time before he's eventually figured out where he may be.
But he's got damage to play off.
Tomorrow is Paper X SOG, yeah.
Dangerously low.
How instant can you be? I don't know what you're talking about, chat. What did I do? I didn't do anything. I'm watching a nice map of Icebox on Valorant and talking about what's happening in the game. That's usually what a watch party does. What did I do?
Across the way towards screen.
He's out of the range of audibility at the moment too, so they're not hearing the drop.
Nongshim is really a match made in heaven.
Going for a little bit of a wander. Marco now.
3 minutes to cook your ramyun. 3 seconds to do what apparently something. I don't know what you're talking about, Chad, but
Leave off the angle here. Swing out. They know that he's not sticking this now. As doesn't get the rebound.
where's the party hat?
Mako jumping up over the top. Widely looking to try to
That's
play
a
time here.
good
Has to
question.
get to it now if he wants to close out the round. Mako swings in though, and will even prevent the plant money from coming to regen shields in there for the side of BLG.
Ooh, almost got him during that clear.
Bit of a test for Marco though. If anything comes a little bit more forward towards his.
DRX does have to watch mid carefully now, because their alarm bot is further back. That's why you see freeing. That's why you see freeing going out too far and dying. It's true. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a Phantom, but there's only so many angles he can shoot through that.
Kill given away for free. As Armageddon now cannot come through in the round here for DRX.
You have lockdown if you're DRX, meanwhile 100 Sphere on the other side. What?
Very risky from Estrella. Wow.
Yeah, bold and ill-advised. Nanos will buy a little bit of time.
Uh-oh.
And had Estrella not gone down, I feel like maybe this would be an angle to use the lockdown, but at this point, not too certain about it.
Yeah, you'd also have to probably remove K-Knight from the situation so the Hunter's Fury can't.
I think Nongshim should be playing in the qualifiers, as far as I know.
Taking a bit of time, slotting in Wisey for a flank.
And obviously, you know, if Nongshim makes it, then I'd have to reconsider, you know, I'd have to discuss things and reconsider whether I'll be watching that or not, but...
There might have been blocking out some of the bullets either way. Neff does manage to find Bane. Now it is just Mako and Hyunmin. And I think they're just going to have to call to save.
Do you agree that G2 is the best team despite losing at Masters Bangkok? I mean, I think, honestly, I kind of want to see how Heretics finishes the split. I kind of want to see how strongly they finish.
If Marco can find any exits as well to get closer to his own pit.
Every Masters or at Champions rank gets the top 5 projects in Tier 2, and then has a mini bracket tournament.
There you go. Hyunmin will find one. Yeah.
You mean for like all the regions?
Don't do too much though in the grand scheme of things. Rebuys will come for BLG and for DRX.
That's like a lot. It was fun. I do want a lock-in type of tournament again. Ooh, good catch. How fast does Billy go off of this? Very fast. You love to see it. DRX is okay, but they can't flood just yet. Well, freeing. Okay, see, this is what I was afraid. See, when we see this happen a lot, when one person just wants to go for like one extra kill, but then everyone gets baited in one by one. So Bane was kind of caught in no man's land because freeing wants to commit to trying to go for a pick, and then Bane's just stuck in. 5등에서 8등 사이로 끝나면 어센션을 다시 뚫어야 돼요. 그 아래로 내려가면 바로 7코로 다시 떨어지는 거고요. Someone was asking about the ascension rules, so just explain. Oh, what?
I mean, Estrella, that's very unfortunate.
What, dude? That's not a that what?
A couple of times already.
Well, unlucky.
That is truly unlucky. That might be one of the more unlucky smoke spams I've seen.
Forward over towards B. BLG. It's just Mako with a ghost on this side of the map. No one nearby to try to help out. See if he is going to be able to get anything at all. Nope.
Nah. Little by little, Billy just making sure that they're finding kind of isolated duels.
Well.
No trade attempts
I mean,
DRX. You gotta remember
they
Hyunmin
kind of pitched the
taking
right
out
site.
low, so he's giving
DRX.
his Vandal to freeing. Ooh, is that the right spot? Can he do anything there?
Is this gun barrel going to stick out is my question.
Yep.
Well, either way, dead. No, just come in, dead. I'm going to say with 30 HP, nothing much to do there.
And now Bane.
And now
Dun, dun.
dead. Flawless rounds, BLG firmly in control now.
I knew it was Mako's aggression, Hyunmin's aggression,
Clear out the angle.
balanced out with Estrella's slow-paced calling.
Dash
Seemed
apple
pretty
ready here
good.
from Hyunmin.
It just seems like since the flashback
Very
stuff, and they had to
angle. We'll just go ahead and take a shot.
kind of
Tries to exit.
panic. Oh my
Dash
gosh,
forward,
dude! If he
Mako
survived with that
continues
movement,
finding Wisey, but cannot escape.
obviously
Straight
DRX
through
had
the
a hard
wall.
time adjusting to that. But on top of that,
Armageddon now gonna be called out.
I just think the icebox specifically is the issue. Ooh, okay, well he should die. But the spike got planted. That's his job done.
Player advantage for the moment here in the hands of DRX.
You'd expect the reckoning. Huh?
DRX has no reason to hold back in this tournament.
So that or the lockdown, which will go ahead and get committed. Now the pit going to be dropped there as Neff does get taken out. Stun around the back of Yellow, coming through, flushes him forward.
You heard it.
Going to be taken down.
Nice.
Flank angle is noted. Diffuse to come in. A lot committed here to this one from the side of DRX, but a necessary victory going to be found off the back of the timeout.
Yeah, all the ultimates that they had going in towards that round utilized, but absolutely.
So we got to look at freeing.
Being driven to poverty here.
Uh-oh. Oh, that was not where you wanted to go.
Unable to find it there. Max.
Oh, Neff chases through.
Freeing does come away with
Whoa,
one.
whoa.
Wisey just strafing over top of these Nanoswarms, ends up getting melted down as Freeing collects a second kill, but Neff is the one really
Timed.
coming alive for the team here now.
Okay. Mako moment.
A single elimination.
Ah.
Up and over the top goes Neff, gets himself at screens, and it's a 4K. As BLG.
Singular.
Angle. Map point for BLG. Looking to send it
This
in
is
to
peak
see
China
Mako
versus
today.
Pacific, though. Plus it's icebox.
And looking to make this about as long as possible. Hyunmin, though, very far forward. Going to try to get the catch and does so. And Neff completely caught
All right, that's all the information he needs, though. He doesn't need to greed
Pieces.
further.
That's the kind of
He
start
could
you
just
do
hold
around
there.
when you're trying to pull off
I
this
like the clear in mid.
lower
Pushes him
investment.
back. So you're pretty set on knowing that it's A.
Given the weaponry here, but K9 leading the charge, getting them forward here onto the A site. Why is he going to be on a late linger?
Are there any good
outside of the
IGLs
lodge?
in Challengers
Scouts.
Korea? There's a couple, but not like born IGLs.
Shot into the open. Bainey, he takes the fight.
Wait,
He
what?
manages to win it. K9 and Levius both dead.
Okay.
Somehow surviving with
I thought
8
he was
HP.
dying in that fight.
Unbelievable on that one. The risk to be able to just do that when a single bullet goes through that dice box, swing out, find two. There is a interesting factor on this round though.
Hey, commend. Yeah, the first map was Haven. It was a bit of a stomp.
He's reading it. He knows what space he's given up, and now the shots are flying towards him.
He's lucky he got out.
Yeah, he's just going to be able to tuck into tube. Now the rest of DRX immediately.
Why is he
swarming
trying to get
forward
ahead of it?
as
Okay,
Wisey
good
continues
shot.
With that headshot, and if they go one
Nah,
the other into
but the
him, maybe
round is
he can
cooked.
come away with it, but Bane's still at 8.
Is this fake or real? Well, I guess it wasn't really truly a comeback. It was kind of tied the whole way through.
They're getting closer and closer towards him. Hyunmin taking space. Seems like he relays this, so Mako opts to go ahead and back away.
But is he going to be able to deploy it? Rotations start to come out from DRX.
Dude, I don't know. It's Mako.
Over at A.
Oh, he has an inkling.
I mean, the dart just
Dude,
went
I was waiting for
out.
Wisey to just dive this pit. Well, he kind of is.
He tucked on a different angle, push out the
Oh,
code. Here's the cleanup.
dude, their own
Wisey gonna be taken down
cove.
still
This is why
four.
Estrella doesn't
Facing forward
cove.
here against
I get it
Mako,
now.
but Bane, bit of covering fire is keeping him protected. And, well, you said the word. I think it's going to happen. 2 players remaining now
Oh
from the
my
side of
goodness.
BLG. Needing to pull off a 2v5 to stop this.
We're gonna go to
round
OT.
here right now.
And what do
Holy.
you do in this scenario? You've got your wall as Neff, but that's already.
I mean,
down
you
on the
just
floor on
gotta-
the B side.
You just gotta
You've got
run.
flank watch,
Just gotta run.
You know, coming out from
I
Hyunmin
hope you
too.
win your duels. Boop. No.
There's one, and a good
There's
trade
Oh
out.
boy.
12 to 12,
OT.
here we go.
Can you make a Vandal skin tier
OT
list?
to the side of this series.
I mean, I
Goes the
could.
distance if that is-
Yeah, who knows? It's kind of a moot stat.
Yeah, we're just grasping at straws.
Yeah. Well, DRX back onto this attacking side. It's been a little bit for them.
Okay, good
Korean already
checks.
sending the drone
Lessons
towards the
learned
side.
from the
Forcing
first
them to
half for
back up Just
DRX.
a little bit.
Heavy forward presence there for a brief little moment from BLG at the A site. Coming, trying to just
Everyone's just waiting. But I like that Billy's doing this. I like that they're constantly trying to take the pace.
Yeah, but how do you reclear this one as well? You see
Okay,
it.
belts.
Drone as
Ooh,
well.
if someone's watching there and
Have
it's
an
the
idea
jet.
with the orb being grabbed as well, that there's
Okay, you take the
a bit of
orb.
presence. Prioritizing a hunter's
And
fury.
DRX says, okay, off of that, we're going to rotate. Really? With no follow-up, with no reclear? I really want Bane. Oh, I want Bane to reclear that. They're kind of set on going B.
Cut across towards B
Dude,
site.
Billy has
BLG
this
with a solid
red.
read, abandon A.
100%.
Gives up a decent amount of space. Bane still back quite far.
Well,
Still
walls
has an
across,
alarm bot to watch.
Yeah, walls across everywhere. Just expecting it though. It's Neff.
Disrespects
Okay,
him,
trade
finds
for
the kill,
trade.
gets rewarded
Well,
for it, but then Mako
not anymore.
Now trades him. 2 kills found. Shocked out here at their feet. Bounce forward from Russia, just trying to take some space, but the distance just not quite there. Freeing. Able to go ahead and quickly collect
Ooh.
that kill as Mako does manage to escape.
Pits now.
And the
12.
pit.
Oh, yeah.
Just became worse for Billy.
That it has.
DRX should be leading in the OT.
Even if he had the Hunter's Fury, it would be a good luck angle.
Why does it feel like there's a role issue? I don't know if there's really a role issue anymore.
Weird. Has the headshot. Looks for a little bit more. Levius
I think they also kind of struggled to find their own color in the meta during stage 1.
Wait.
Oh,
He's going to be sticking it.
no.
He's sticking it. He's sticking it. He's
Okay.
just going to run him down, and oh my god.
Okay, yeah.
The setup there.
While, like, we talked about it in Platchet as well, I
Once
do
again,
agree.
trying to
Oh, hold
rush
up.
forward, but Freeing is right
Ooh,
there
I
with him,
see a
and
bit of
YZ
a
is not prepared. Two huge
send.
kills, and I think
Oh,
this might
no.
just be the ending right now. DRX looking for that 14-12, a 3v5 necessary.
But on the question of the Teo nerf and how that affects RQ, I agree with the comments that Teo seems to be very good for them right now because Crazy Guy can IGL, focus on IGLing while using Teo, right? Even if that takes away from his fragging outside of clutches and such. I get that, but I also feel like Ewok and Warbirds combined is a pretty good coaching staff to try to,
Walk forward.
yeah,
That'll be it. In the blink
try to
of an
figure
eye,
out their
a
own
flawless
meta,
round to
so
go ahead and close things out. 14-12.
I think it
the
can be
score.
okay.